Jeremy Sockman here today with a look at a movie from the 70s that fell under the radar, even though radar had been invented for years at that point. It's The Last Run, starring George C. Scott, and while this one may not have been well known, does that mean it's not worth seeing? Let's take a look. George C. Scott plays Harry Garms. Man with a cool car, he keeps an expert running order, a fisherman friend Miguel, and a lady of the evening who sometimes gives him a discount. He's had to take on his first job in 9 years by meeting Paul after he escapes from a prison bus. Paul gets him to grab his wife Claudia on the way to the drop point, and they become a regular odd threesome. Narrowly avoiding the cops at a gas station, they use Harry's car's secret trunk to get to the drop point, only to find out it was a double cross and Paul was set to be killed. Well, Harry can't have that, and he saves the two kids. Now they're all on the lam and they have a series of chases, shootouts, and wife-sharing nights before deciding that Harry's boat is the best way free. Spoiler alert, whoops, it's a setup. Harry's shot, but the two criminal lovebirds manage to escape anyway.
Come on!
Now, while The Last Run didn't feature a lot of actual running, it did have some, and judging by the looks of George C. Scott, the little he did was about all we were going to get, so I'll let that slide. But what the movie did have was a bit of a bitter pill message for all of us to swallow. You see, The Last Run was warning us not to get too attached to old people, no matter how cool and useful they might seem to be. Why? Because they're just going to die before you. Harry was a great driver. Tough guy, nice to the ladies, quick on his feet, and had all the angles figured out. He put Paul in his place, and put his wife in another place if you catch my meaning. But he was also old, and even if he hadn't have been shot multiple times, he was still living on borrowed time that was going to run out. All that effort spent being his pal, or bedroom bongo playing partner, would have just come for naught when he croaked and left Paul and Claudia alone. So why bother wasting it in the first place? That's why the two of them just leave him dead in the sand. They realize that all that time they spent befriending him was a waste, so they just row his boat away and forget about him. The director, Richard Fleischer, was trying to make sure all of us knew to stick with our own generations. When you hang out with people older, you're just going to be sad when they croak, so spare yourself the emotions and just ignore them all.
It doesn't have to be like that.
So in the end, while The Last Run may have had some fast cars and loose women, it also drove through its ideas with turbo speed. Don't bother with old people, they're all going to die before you anyway. I'm Jeremy Sockman, grateful for the advice to spare my feelings in the future that is The Last Run by giving it my seal of approval.
Come on, hotshot.